we're so excited. It's homecoming week. We're excited because the Tiger Spirit, the newspaper, comes out today. So grab a copy today, either at your lunch shifts or in the kiosk, the newspaper kiosk near the front door. Also, on next Tuesday, the world premiere of the Tiger Entertainment Channel, Episode 1, will be played in the lecture hall. See Mr. Burchard for a free ticket to get out of your academy class to go see that awesome show. I've seen a lot of the pieces on there. They're really funny. And one sad.
One very depressing one.
And here are the announcements.
All right. The Drama Club needs donated gears and old belts for Cinderella, which will be presented in the style of steampunk. So bring in your old gears, belts, buckles, and goggles and give them to Miss O in room 91. FCCLA will be hosting a Miracle Minute today at the Homecoming Pep Assembly. This year, Region 12 FCCLA is raising money for the Children's Therapy Center. The money will assist the Missouri Foundation for Child Abuse Prevention. Each school in Region 12 has been asked to hold a Miracle Minute at their school. The idea of a Miracle Minute is to collect money, as much money as you can in 1 minute. All students, staff, and faculty are asked to bring change and cash to the assembly with them today to donate to this worthwhile cause. Music will play for 1 minute, and FCCA members will be on the floor and in the bleachers to collect the money. Environmental Club will begin meeting every White Monday. Their first meeting will be October 6th in room 127, Miss Binder's room. All are welcome. Roar applications, are now available in the assistant principal's office. See Mrs. Hobbs for details. They are due no later than October 6th at 3 o'clock p.m. Picture retakes and senior panorama will be October 8th. The senior panorama will follow the all-staff panorama at 7:15. The Spanish, French, and Multicultural Clubs will be hosting the 23rd Annual International Tea on Thursday, October 9th at the library from 5 to 7 p.m. The tea is to welcome the foreign exchange students to our school. There will be food and tea, hopefully. They hope to see Spanish, French, and Multicultural Club members attending this event. Teachers are invited as well.
Multicultural Club tea. No tea that night. Sorry.
I would be so sad.
Ran out of tea.
We
got
sad.
Diet Coke.
All right, Aubrey Hicks, is there anything going on in the calendar?
I believe we have something really big happening. We have homecoming tonight. We have the band chili supper fundraiser at 4:30 p.m. at Sterling before the football game. We have the varsity football versus center at 7 p.m. And the homecoming
Tailgating?
Yes, tailgating is at 5:30, and then the homecoming dance is at 9 o'clock to 11 p.m.
All right, if we get a hot dog at the tailgate, can we put chili on it from the chili supper?
That would be awesome.
That's not allowed
You
at all.
just blew a lot of people's minds right there.
Oh my gosh. Hey, but
If
you
you
can
do that,
exercise
you're not
in
allowed to
between.
attend.
It's
The
like,
amount of traffic you just made in a block is unbelievable.
you can exercise while walking.
And by the way, chili is also a good pre-starter for the dance on.
Right.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm sorry I took it there. What else do we need to talk about? Also, Nacho Man, my son's comic, is coming out today, actually.
You're really serious about advertising now.
Oh, my son is going to love it. I told him I would.
Can I get it signed if I bring it to you?
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
We read it.
Charge
It was
$10.
really funny. It's
kinda,
so cute.
He's kind of big timing me now. He's like, I don't know if I have time, Dad.
Look, I got these panels I have to go ink. You know, I can't.
Yeah, big timing me. All right, Coach Grindy's on. Coach, how's it going this week?
Fantastic.
You have center coming up.
Yes.
You want to talk about center? You want to talk about your team? What do you want to talk about?
Well, first of all, obviously it was a tough loss last week with St. Pius. Our kids played really hard, but just like in life, didn't go our way. And, the great thing about this game is that you learn how to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try to get better. And I think our kids did a good job of responding to that this week. We did have some guys that really played well and played hard and gave us a chance to win the game. Our Top Gun Award winner this week was Lane Batusik. He's doing a tremendous job as a punter. He had one punt inside the 5-yard line, which got him a bunch of points. He did close the gap a little bit, but Sheldon Blos also received some points for great effort and he actually downed the punt, so he got a few points for that. But that's hidden yardage that people don't really realize in games that happen in the special forces. And pin them deep, and then next thing you know, they're punting to us. We had a great return by Bo Mackey, and we got a short field, and we were able to score. So those are all things that are hugely important. And but anyway, our leader overall is Sheldon Blow still, and he continues to do a great job. Zach Nallen had 116 rushing yards. Jacob Carter also contributed, I believe, 45 yards rushing. And one of the things we try to emphasize with those guys that handle the ball is that they have what we call YAC, which is yards after contact. It's fairly not easy, but common. You get tackled right away after you carry the ball or catch a ball or whatever, and that's pretty normal. But it's the guys that can break those tackles and make it hard for the other team to bring you down that's impressive. Zach had one long run of 69 yards, and 68 of it was YAC. So that's pretty good. Jacobs, out of his yards, almost 3/4 of them were YAC yards. So he got hit, and he kept moving, and that's impressive to me. Obviously, our offensive line's starting to get a little bit better. I can't say enough about our defense. I know Maurice had a pass breakup. We had several tackles for loss, a couple sacks. So we had opportunities to win, and we just didn't get it done.
It seemed like that game was just going to go our way. It just seemed like I had a feeling that this was just like Sedalia, that we were going to tie it up, and we were going to get a chance to win it in overtime. It just didn't happen. My favorite play of the whole game was we were down 14-12, and there was a 2-point conversion, and Kennedy Shaw took the pass, and I've never seen a football player work so hard. He was unbelievably dove for the pylon. I was right on top of him, and it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in a football field.
It was a great effort. Great effort.
And so just that effort by itself shows you these kids are still playing hard for you, and yes. I really appreciate the opportunity to see it on the sidelines. All right, you got Center this weekend. Center's 5-1. They're a good team.
Oh, very good. They're quality athletes. When you think of Center, in my mind, ever since I've been here, I think of speed. They always have some talented guys, but they all can run, and we've got to contain that. We've got to do a great job of playing our gaps on defense and being disciplined with that, and reading our keys properly to get us to the places where we can tackle them. And then we have to do that. We have to be great tacklers this week on defense.
A lot of times with a speed team, you just got to hit them in the mouth a little.
Absolutely. We got to come after them and do that. Offensively, we got to just continue to execute. I think we're getting better at the 11 positives and in all parts of that game, running, throwing, deceptiveness, and all that kind of thing. So, again, I know I'm wearing it out, but football doesn't change much if you don't turn it over and you win the kicking game and you finish the game. One of the things I was really impressed with one of our offensive linemen last week earned 3+ blocks, which is where you put a guy on his back by yourself. He doesn't trip on anybody. And that is harder to do than you think, because those guys get coached too,
Right.
And I was really impressed with that. But that's kind of the concept of finishing. We have to finish everything, including the game. And I think our kids are getting better at that.
It's a fun team to watch too, because this we've talked about the wing T. That's what you call it, but there are a lot of wrinkles to it. There's a lot of motion. There's a lot of trickery, deception. You never know who's going to get it. And then all of a sudden, here's somebody breaking through with the ball, and they've got room and space, and they make a move, and it's just fun to watch.
Well, I'm glad that everybody likes watching it. I like watching it too when we do good things.
And like I said, Oak Grove was the only game where we felt like we were out of it. Every other game was tighter than a very tight thing.
Than a very tight knot.
I'm so glad.
Tighter than Cooter's hat band.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm so glad somebody bailed me out on that one. All right. We're going to talk about homecoming, or are we going to?
Yeah, I've got something interesting today. I did a little research myself. I have in the past too, but the history of homecoming I think is pretty interesting and relevant to our situation, just because since the 1870s, when kind of football really started to take off, Harvard and Yale was a big deal, and they always made a big deal about the game, they called it, and people coming back to celebrate that from both sides. And that was way back in the 1870s. Around 1911, though, athletic director Chester Brewer asked the Missouri school to help inaugurate the new location of their football field by coming home. So I think it's interesting that really the full origins of these celebrations started at Mizzou, and that's our home state. So I think that's a pretty interesting deal. And, of course, they made it a big deal because everyone knows back in the Civil War it was a big deal between Missouri and Kansas. Well, they made that their football game for homecoming for years and years. And it's just a really fascinating thing. Then back in 1911, Mr. Brewer had a parade. He had a spirit rally. He had more than 9,000 fans pack what was called Rollins Field at Mizzou. And since then, this has become the model for homecomings everywhere, both on the university level and the high school level. And so I thought that was pretty interesting, just the tradition of what it meant, what does homecoming mean? And obviously, our doors are always welcome and open for everybody that wants to come back. And, I'll see players and
that's right,
people that have been in the program before, and it means a lot to see that.
If we can put anything in the noggins of teenagers now, it's that circle that game on your calendar in the future and come on back.
Yeah.
I'll probably still be here 30 years from now. You'll still see me.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Remember, there's a dance tonight. There's a tailgate tonight. There's a chili supper. There's a parade going around the track. There's so much to happen tonight. Make sure you're a part of it. Coach, anything else we need to know? You want to lead us out? And
Teacher of the Week, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Teacher of the Week this week, voted by our sophomore class, was Miss Kelsey Baldwin. And she'll be involved with some different activities during the pregame and after the game and those kind of things with our team. So congratulations to her.
All right.
Yay.
And I'm gonna save the cheer this week for the pep rally.
All right.
You should do your Yoda
but
quote.
I've got a little philosophy for everybody. If you're a Star Wars buff at all,
All right.
there's a great philosophical statement by the philosopher Yoda. And basically he just says, do or do not. There is no try.
That's awesome. We can't top that.
Oh, my God.
Have a good, safe homecoming. We'll see you on Monday.
That's tight. Tighter than the stitching in a fat man's suit.
It's too close.
Bye.
See ya.